The Flood of Superstition Mountain, a Pima legend. In the state of Arizona, the Pima Indian tribe declares that the father of all men and animals was Great Butterfly, Chirwit Make, meaning the Earth Maker. One day, long ago, Great Butterfly fluttered down from the clouds to the blue cliffs where two rivers met, later called the Verde and Salt Rivers. There he made man from his own sweat. From that day on, the people multiplied, but in time they grew selfish and quarrelsome. Earthmaker became annoyed with their behavior and decided it might be best to drown all of them. But first he thought to warn them through the voices of the winds. People of the Pima tribe, Sky Spirit warns you to be honest with one another and to live in peace from now on. Suha, shaman of the Pimas, interpreted to the people that Northwind had warned them about. What a fool you are, Suha, to listen to the voices of the wind, taunted his tribesmen. On the next night, the same warning from Earthmaker was repeated by Eastwind, who added, Chief Sky Spirit warns that all of you will be destroyed by floods if you do not live nobler lives. Again, the Pimas mocked the winds and ignored their warnings. Next time Westwind spoke, reform, people of the Pima, or your evil ways will destroy you. The south wind breathed into Suha's ear. Suha, you and your good wife are the only people worth saving. Go and make a large hollow ball of spruce gum in which you and your wife can live as long as the coming flood will last. Because Suha and his wife believed the warnings and were obedient, they set to work immediately on a high hill, gathering spruce gum and shaping it into a large hollow ball. They stocked it with plenty of nuts, acorns, water, and bear and deer meats. Near the appointed time, Suha and his wife looked down sadly upon the lovely green valley. They heard the songs of the harvesters. They sighed to think of the beauty about them that would be destroyed when the flood came because of the people's selfishness. Suddenly, a bright lightning flash and loud thunder rocked the blue cliffs. It was a signal for the flood to begin. Suha and his wife went into the gumball ark and closed the door tightly. Swirling dark clouds surrounded them. Torrents of rain poured down everywhere, and for many days the ark rolled and tossed about on the deepening sea. After many, many moons, the downpour of rain stopped, and the ark settled upon the land again, high on a mountain top. Suha opened the door and stepped forth to see a tuna cactus growing near his feet. He and his wife ate some of the red fruit of the cactus plant, and below them they saw water everywhere. That night they retired again to the ark. They must have slept a very long time because when they awoke, the water had disappeared. The valleys were green, and the birds' songs rang forth again. Suha and his wife descended from Superstition Mountain. They went down into the fertile valley and lived there for 1,000 years. I'm sorry, that was the name later given to a mountain upon which the ark had landed. The forthcoming people prospered, becoming known as the Pima tribe. These Pima later believed in a story that an evil one named Hawk lived behind Superstition Mountain. He was also called the Devil of Superstition Mountain because he tried to steal daughters from the Pima. One day, Hawk secretly descended into Pima Valley, where the women were busy weaving. He stole one of Suha's daughters. Suha followed Hawk to his home behind Superstition Mountain, where he observed his daughter treated as a servant girl by Hawk. Suha poisoned the cactus wine that his daughter served Hawk, and when he drank it, Hawk died instantly. After that, the world seemed less wicked. But always the Pimas feared that Hawk's evil spirit still lurked behind Superstition Mountain. Suha, shaman, and inspired leader of the Pima tribe, one person, taught his people to build adobe houses, to dig gardens with bones and stones, to irrigate their lands from the rivers, to raise sheep, horses, and cattle, and above all, to live in peace with one another. On his dying day, Suha gathered his people and foretold, if you ever grow arrogant with wealth, if you ever become covetous of others' lands, if you ever make war for gain, if you ever disgrace yourselves upon chief of the sky spirits, another flood will come upon you. If that happens again, bad people will never be saved. Only good people will eventually live with the sun god. Since that time, Pima have believed Suha's prophecies, and they never go into Superstition Mountain. But their people love to tell the story of why and how the Gumball Ark landed on Superstition Mountain, saving Suha and his good wife, who became the beloved ancestors of their large and important Pima tribe. So I read this story and I get mad. Why do you get mad, Luke? Because, let's see, we have an ark, we have a, savior of the, the chosen people, we have a God that grew angry, we have, an allusion to maybe the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, two rivers that met, and formed the Fertile Crescent. I mean, stories like this are all over the world, and this seems to be an untouched legend, flood myth, and guys, these are all over the world. How do you not believe that there wasn't an ancient flood? What? This is amazing to me. Ugh. This has been your host, Luke. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe for more. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for watching.